Previously on sparse-ass serial killer boards that could have easily been contained in a single scrapbooking page.
And she also has no brain!
I swear the first episode of this show is so traumatic my mind has coped by forgetting everything we sinned about it. Did we happen to mention that a body at this level of decomp would not have this amount of dripping blood still coming from it? I'm not going back to find out, so just take the sin so I can move on. I know, right? It is shocking that all the cameras from the previous shot have turned into speakers.
It's not small, it's scared.
Penis-sized jokes in the year of our Lord 2023. Episode is not going to address this murder in the room.
Because without your ascot, you're naked.
Advertising an ascot with an ass shot just so your cartoon can feel more adult even though literally no one asked you for that.
And according to the police, Jones would have gotten away with it too.
Show thinks I still care where this line is going, but that ship sailed well before the end of the first episode.
Say my name, say my name.
If no one is around you, say baby.
And finally, only one lawyer has agreed to represent Fred Jones, Vermin's own father, Amon Dinkley.
What?
Taking news position to a whole new level by not only news positioning the audience, but also the characters. Also, how'd you get Velma's last name wrong, but Amon's same last name right?
Fred's a rich white guy with a tiny dong. He did it.
That's penis.
You didn't mention Fred had a tiny dong.
Sophie is only concerned with the size of Fred's sausage, just so we can get this vegetarian food fetish joke.
Oh yeah, real baby carrot. And I'm gonna ride it all the way to victory.
I hope.
If I ever even think about getting into 420 culture, or especially 420 related humor, kill me. You know what 420 is, right?
Yeah. It's code for adults who still watch cartoons.
I'm not sure even how to parse whether this possibly intentional self-own is also possibly unintentional comedy, but one thing I do know is that I'm currently not laughing.
But if the kids in every teen show ever can get through a brush with a deranged serial killer, so can I.
Every teen show ever. It's like the writers took the idea that specific is funny and thought the opposite must somehow be true as well. But now I'm just distracted by trying to remember what serial killer haunted the halls of Salute Your Shorts.
It smells like the Playboy Jazz Festival out there.
I don't know why of all the jazz festivals in all of the towns of all of the world, you chose the one sponsored by the patriarchy. However, one time at the New Orleans Jazz Festival, I saw a crowd of people sacrifice a watermelon and that scared the out of me.
I know you think I'm a huge bitch who ditched you to be cool.
What? That's so not true.
The writing being on the wall literally but not figuratively. Thinking you need the exact same sign on consecutive sides of the same post.
$500? That's like $1 million.
It is not.
Hey, am I on a hunger strike? Where the hell are my pancakes?
Show continues pounding home its primary objective of getting us to absolutely hate every member of the Scooby crew. Also mounting Simba right next to Pumbaa. Also pairing your pancakes with water instead of milk, juice, or decaf mocha frappuccino. Also times 3. Where the hell are my pancakes?
Our apologies, Amon. Freddie is due in court this afternoon.
As his lawyer, this is something Amon should know.
The world sees Fred Jones, teen sociopath. So instead, let's show them Fred Jones, innocent little boy.
Since it seems like he just came up with this idea, someone should ask him why he had these hand-drawn pictures ready to go.
My girlfriend just bought a $2,000 stroller. It hovers.
Honestly, that sounds pretty cheap for hover technology. I'd just like to do my job here and point out that Fred is at about a 45-degree angle from his dad in this seating arrangement, but Projectile launches this pancake piece at 65 to 75 degrees max. Don't make me get out my protractor to prove it.
Ah, crap, I'm all syrupy. Bathies!
I wish it was this easy to request bathies. I mean, the show is making fun of Fred here, but syrup can be a real struggle.
Here for a Rogering, as we might say?
It's honestly like they thought that cringe was the secret sauce for the show and tried to jam it into every second of every episode. You aren't double stuffed cringios, Velma. You're more like, wait, hold on. Is there only one F in double stuff? Did it run off with the missing E from Febreze? Why in the name of the Berenstain Bears does Mandela keep affecting me like this? What were we talking about again? Oh, right. So about Curious George's Tale.
Candyman's a drug dealer, V-Dog.
And a horror movie franchise that has only exacerbated my fear of yellow jackets. Episode is just going to trigger without even acknowledging it, making me worried that this little chat box reference is all the Scrappy-Doo will be getting in this series.
Not while I'm live. I can't get banned for your thoughts on South Asian desserts again.
And I will maintain this level of fear and anger for exactly the time it takes to make the supposed joke and then completely forget I care. Guess this means that Charlie the Robot and the Ghost of Mr. Hyde are celebrities of such stature that they've reached poster-level stardom. The sin is making me guess.
In teen movies, whenever a girl needs money, a guy sells something and then blackmails the girl into dating him for it.
I'm starting to get it. It's like free-form storytelling. The character tells you the lesson and then goes off on a mission to complete a random task while not learning that lesson. And then I add sins because I have no idea what anyone is supposed to get from this.
Problematic, but effective. and hilarious.
Pitch for the show somehow makes it into the episode, and also only goes 1 for 3. Leaving your sleep mask hanging in a filthy bathroom.
Being a bad girl too just muddles your brand.
People shouldn't be thought of as being brands, having brands, or being branded unless you need to become a member of a sanctioned family in order to challenge a member of the high table to a duel. In that case, you do you.
Look, are you in or are you out?
Title of my sex tape?
So, what are we selling?
Oh, just the usual. Zoinks, Jeepers, Mystery Machine.
Retconning perfectly fine catchphrases to have been terrible drug names.
You want to make some real money?
I don't have time to flip houses, but I'll hear you out.
Episode has time for Norval to not have time for this.
Oh, sorry we can't all make it rain cool shades, El Chapo.
We've got cartel jokes, y'all.
You want your mom's cold case file, right?
Oh, that's right. Daphne is having Velma do something she doesn't need her to do to acquire something she doesn't want to give her. Plots. How do they work?
He looks like Hitler!
Going straight to Hitler, like Chaplin didn't even exist.
I'm saving money to hire a private investigator to find my biological family. Yeah, unexpected twist.
And uninteresting.
I need to find out who I really am. Where do I come from?
The idea that anything can be more real than the person you are right at this moment. And that where you came from is more important than where you're going. Whoa, that was way too deep for this show. I take it all back. And by take it back, I mean quadruple it.
Freeze!
I can tell the show is smart enough to use tasers over guns in this situation, but I do not believe the characters who engage in a high-speed chase on school grounds are smart enough to make that same decision. This is not how roller bags work. I don't just mean the physics, I mean the fact that one of those wheels would have fallen off long before now. The national average of remaining roller bag wheels currently slides in at 2.73 out of 4. Also, it maintaining a speed and upright posture in no way explains how she started out in front of the chase and then ended up being behind it. Are 2 debate clubs that debate each other really just one debate club? Debate.
Oh God, Daphne, no!
The show will now have them zoom past the practical joke club to justify Daphne having this prop at the ready, but how, pray tell, did she get it before they went past the booth? Who's the detective now, you terrible IP vampire of a TV show?
Wait, you stoners watch Norval Snacks?
Yes, and we carry handguns, and just happen to be attending the Deus Ex Machina Anonymous meeting right next door.
Thankfully, your moms are still hella bad detectives.
This is weird for you to say, Velma. Since them being good detectives would have prevented you from having to investigate your mother's disappearance, meaning you wouldn't need the $500 you're currently paying for this overpriced cold case file.
Dad?
Velma?
We're sorry. You've reached your limit of convenient surprise meetings for this billing cycle. Each instance will now be billed at the adjusted rate. Thank you for understanding.
Why were you selling drugs?
Asks the guy constantly complaining about his finances.
Why were you wearing a beanie?
Asks the person wearing this orange sweater.
What do you possibly need drug dealing money for? I already buy you all the inhalers you could ever want.
Live shot of me calculating the odds of this desperate attempt to replace the calculating the odds meme actually working.
But instead of just staring at the evidence and swearing very loudly, do you maybe want to ask me some questions?
Telling me about something I would have rather watched instead of showing me something I would have rather watched.
Cuddies.
Holy crap, you are innocent.
Steak-induced epiphanies.
If I want Velma to like me now, I'm just gonna have to do it the old-fashioned way. Bet a friend I can make her fancy.
Pulling a male chauvinist Pygmalion.
So help me, Shonda Rhimes, I do.
Not even putting the effort into animating the entire anatomy.
Oh my God, he is just like a little boy.
This is used as evidence that Fred couldn't have committed the murders, and no one will counter this argument with, have you ever met a toddler? I'd say animating an entire room of people laughing this hard at what's going on in this scene probably commits the sin of wishful thinking.
Guilty.
This judge just rendered a verdict without the jury. I'm not looking this one up because finding out sad truths about the judicial system is just sad.
Your fear pea stain is still on my rug.
Well, then you should have cleaned that rug.
Norval helped me get over them in the last episode of my hallucinations.
Half-assing your fourth wall breaks. Either go full Rick Morty or just leave it alone. Because you wouldn't say, in the last episode of my hallucinations. You'd say during or after my last episode of hallucinations. If you're taking down the fourth wall, just go ahead and Kool-Aid Man that
What do I do? What do I do?
This works. I mean, I'm not saying it's working for me. Okay, so I'm not saying it's not working. Look, that's not the point. Kisses aren't medicinal and your mom's kissing your boo-boos was a big fat parental deception.
What are you doing? Taking a bath?
We're streaking. We're going up through the quad to the gymnasium.
Say my name, say my name.
Heisenberg, goddamn right. You want to make some real money?
Yeah, let's turn some tricks.
Cans! Oh my God! Oh my God! There was no big, it was full of cans. Are you sure?
If I want Velma to like me now, I'm just gonna have to do it the old-fashioned way.
Play Monopoly with real buildings.
No, it's a clue.
A clue!
My moms love my impression of my Aunt Cindy.
I'm not a witch, I'm your wife.
My name's Fred. Who are you?
I'm not Batman.